quality education. Expanding access to learning. Serving learners' learning needs. Tackling challenges of the present time. Supporting every learner's dream. Reaching young Tagomeños where they are today. From the music capital of the Philippines, advancing in the challenge of distance learning, the official TV-based instruction of DepEd Tagum City, bringing you quality education straight to your home. Plug yourself in. This is DepEd TV. Tara na!
Hello, young scientists! How are you today? I hope that all of you are doing great while having fun answering your modules at home. Are you up for another episode of Amazing Science Lesson?
Don't worry, because we're here to guide you throughout the discussion. So I want you to have your self-learning module with you, as well as your pen and notebook for a #ScienceMazing adventure. Wow, those trees are so tall! And look at those butterflies flying and hopping on the flowers. Isn't it amazing?
Wow, that is beautiful! Come over here. Look at those birds. I feel like they're singing and dancing on the branches of the trees. Did you know, kids, that there are thousands of organisms that can be found in the ecosystem? Are you ready to learn about the ecosystem? Did you know that there are interactions and relationships among organisms? How about knowing the effects of interactions among organisms in their environment? We will answer these questions as we travel in the world of science today. So fasten your seatbelt and get ready to be amazed on our SciMazing journey.
For today's learning journey, you will be able to describe the effects of interactions among organisms in the environment. Specifically, you will learn to identify the effects of interaction among organisms, classify beneficial and harmful interactions in the environment, and describe the importance of caring ecosystem. Before we start, are you familiar with these animals? The heron and the carabao? Who among you can tell why does the heron stay at the back of the carabao? Are they friends? Why lice live in the hair of the human being, particularly in children? What happened to the person or child if she or he had so many lice in their hair? How do you know the interaction between the two living things? Let us find out by answering the following questions. Direction. Read the questions carefully and write the letter of your answer in your notebook. You will be given 5 seconds to answer each item. Number 1. What kind of interaction that is also called prey-predator relationship? A. Commensalism. B. Competition. C. Parasitism. D. Predation. And your timer starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is letter D, predation. Number 2. Which of the following pair of organisms has beneficial interaction? A. A snake swallowing a bird's egg. B. A tick sucking blood from a dog. C. Bird's nest on the tree. Letter D. Lions fighting for food. And the timer starts now. Time is up. What is the correct answer? Letter C. Bird's nest on the tree. Number 3. Why the relationship between an orchid and a tree is considered commensalism? A. They harmed each other. B. The orchids harmed the tree. C. Both the orchids and tree benefited. D. The tree provides a place where the orchids could grow and the tree isn't harmed or affected. The timer starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is letter D. The tree provides a place where the orchids could grow and the tree isn't harmed or affected. Number 4. The following are the types of harmful interaction among living things except A. Predation. B. Parasitism. C. Mutualism. D. Competition. Timer starts now. Time is up. The correct answer is letter C, mutualism. Number 5. Lions compete to attack the buffalo to get food for survival. This is an example of what interaction? A. Commensalism. B. Parasitism. C. Competition. And D. Predation. What is the correct answer? Letter C. Competition. Kids, can you still recall your previous lesson in Quarter 2 Module 6? Great! Let's test if you do by answering this activity.
Look at the pictures carefully. Describe the effects of each type of interaction of organisms on the organisms themselves in the environment. All you need to do is to match column A with column B and write the letter of the correct answer on your notebook. And you will be given 30 seconds in this activity. Your timer starts now. Time is up! Let's check if you got the correct answer.
Were you able to answer the activity? Great! You are now ready for an exciting journey of exploring the world of science.
Thank you, Mom Wings, for that very informative recap of the previous lesson. Look at these pictures. What do you think are this? Very good! These are living things and non-living things. What do you think that some animals live in the body of other animals for them to survive? Why some insect bite other living things? and why some living things are harmful to others. Are you excited to know? Let us start our sci-amazing journey. Living things constantly interact with their environment. Each kind of environment is made up of biotic and abiotic components that interact and depend on one another in different ways. Interaction is the relationship that exists among organisms. It could be positive or negative interaction. Such interaction among living things in their environment enable them to live in units called ecosystem. An ecosystem consists of all living and non-living things in a given area that interact with one another. There are 6 elements that keep the ecosystem going. These are the sun, producers, abiotic substances, primary consumers, secondary consumers, and decomposers.
Thank you, Teacher Raj. Okay, it's so clear to you now that the reason why some organisms cannot live alone is they need a companion for them to live. What do you call the relationship that exists among organisms? Very good! At this moment, we shall proceed to the elements that keep the ecosystem going and the type of interactions.
There are interactions where both species benefit from the relationship, and there are also interactions where one species benefits but the other is neither affected nor harmed. Mutualism and commensalism are interactions that are beneficial and important for survival. Mutualism is the type of interaction where both species benefit from the relationship. Example, bees and flower. Flowers depend on bees to pollinate, and the bees sip the flower's nectar as a food. So, both the flower and the bees help each other. Other example is human. Human needs plants for food and oxygen. On the other hand, plants needs carbon dioxide during the process of photosynthesis. Commensalism is the type of interaction where one organism benefits while the other is not harmed nor affected. Example is orchids and tree. The tree provides a place where the orchids could grow, and the tree isn't harmed or affected. Other example is the frog. Use plants' leaves as habitat and for protection. There are also harmful interactions. These are the predation, parasitism, and competition. Predation is the type of interaction where one benefits while the other one is harmed or badly affected. The one that usually benefits is called the predator, and the one that is harmed is called the prey. Example is the bird and worm. The bird killed the worm before they eat, so the bird is the predator and its prey is the worm. Other example is foxes hunting the deer for food. Parasitism is an example of an interaction where one organism benefits from the interaction while the other one is harmed or badly affected. The organism that usually benefit from the interaction is called parasites, and the one that is affected is the host. Example is the human and mosquito. Mosquitoes bite humans and feed by their blood. The mosquito is the parasite and its host is the human. Parasite could be internal or external parasites. The internal parasites are those found inside the body of a host, like the ascaris, a type of a worm, in the human stomach. while external parasites are those found outside the body of the host, like aphids and tick of a dog's body. Parasites are dependent on a living host. They must live in a living host. Some parasites do slight harm to their host, and others even kill their host. Other example is fleas suck on the dog's body. Competition is another harmful interaction because animals are striving or fighting each other for food and other basic needs for survival. Example is the lions and a buffalo. Lions compete with each other by attacking the buffalo to get food for survival. Other example is wolves are eyeing or hunting the chicken for food.
Now let's check if you catch up our discussion by having an activity. Are you ready for another exciting activity? Amazing! Come on, let's do this!
Draw a smiley face in the box if the organism is benefited. Then draw a sad face in the box if the organism is being harmed or affected. Draw your answer on your notebook. You only have 30 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Time is up. Let's check your answers. Did you get all the correct answer, kids? Amazing! You're doing great! Did you enjoy our activity, kids? Wow! Do you want more? Let's try this one. Observe the different organisms. Classify beneficial and harmful interaction among living things in the environment. Put check if it is beneficial interactions among living things, and put X if it is harmful interaction among living things. Write your answer on your notebook. You will be given 30 seconds to answer. Let's begin! Time is up! Did you get the correct answer? Great! That's amazing!
Thank you, Teacher Raj. So kids, did you enjoy our lesson for today? Wow! We also enjoy it too. We hope that you learned a lot for today's lesson. At this moment, let's have a short recap on the lesson that we have discussed. Living things constantly interact with their environment. Each kind of environment is made up of biotic living things and abiotic non-living things components that interact and depend on one another in different ways. Ecosystem consists of all living and non-living things in a given area that interact with one another. There are 6 elements that keep the ecosystem going. These are the sun, producers, abiotic substances, primary consumers, secondary consumers, and decomposers. Interaction is a relationship that exists among organisms. It could be a positive or negative interaction. Mutualism and commensalism are the types of beneficial interaction among living things, while predation, parasitism, and competition are the types of harmful interaction among living things. Always remember that we must be responsible to take care of our environment to protect our ecosystem. Great job, kids! You are all amazing!
Now let us assess what you have learned from today's discussion. Are you ready? Great! Read the questions carefully and write the letter of the correct answer on your notebook. You will be given 5 seconds to answer each item. Let's begin! Number 1. What will happen if there are more predators than prey in the ecosystem? A. The source of food will increase. B. The source of food will decrease. C. The source of food will remain the same. Letter D. Other animals will also decrease in number. Time's up! Now let's check your answer. If your answer is letter B, the source of food will decrease, that's correct. Number 2. Look at the pictures of the bee and the flower below. What possible effects may this interaction give? A. It will harm each other. B. There is no effect among organisms. C. Both organisms are harmed and affected. D. Flowers depend on bees to pollinate and the bees use the flower's nectar. Timer starts now. Time's up! The correct answer is letter D. Flowers depend on bees to pollinate and the bees use the flower's nectar. Number 3. Which of the following pair of organisms has harmful interaction? A. A snake and a rat. B. Butterflies and flowers. C. A bird's nest in a tree. And letter D. Orchid in a trunk of a tree. Timer starts now. Time's up. Now let's check your answer. Correct. Letter A. A snake and a rat is the correct answer. Number 4. Which of the following can help maintain the environmental conditions needed by the organisms to survive? A. Avoid burning garbage and twigs. B. Do not disturb the place where animals live. C. Do not allow construction of high-rise building. D. Cut trees to provide shelter among living organisms. Timer starts now. Time's up. The answer is letter B. Do not disturb the place where animals live. Number 5. Which of the following can help conserve our ecosystem? A. Construct buildings near the river banks. B. Improve the ecosystem by inviting tourists to visit your place. C. Protect the forest and bodies of water against harmful activities. D. Encourage the political leaders to build farm to market roads to reach all beautiful places. Timer starts now. Time's up. Do we have the same answer? Excellent. If your answer is letter C, protect the forest and bodies of water against harmful activities, you got it right. Congratulations, everyone. You are really so amazing.
Congratulations,
kids.
You all did great today. Good job!
It is really a so amazing journey with you kids. We hope that you enjoy our fun and exciting lesson for today. And we are looking forward to another episodes with you. I am Teacher Raj.
And I am Teacher Winkelin, saying never stop learning.
Because life never stops teaching.
Thank you.
Goodbye.